Hare Krishna. Hello friends, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. This is Jitendra, I am preacher of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and today I come with very special lecture. Today I am going to talk about social psychology and Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. The lecture will be on the base of social psychology and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. But before I start my lecture, I would like to introduce Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is written by Sri Bhakti Vedanta Srila Mahaprabhu from ISKCON temple, and I would have to say Srimad Bhagavad Gita is neither religious book nor spiritual book, but true sensitive book to science and humanity. I am trying to propagate humanity on the base of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and trying to morally motivate to those people who are actually frustrated and attempted to commit suicide on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So let's get into social psychology and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. First, let's get to know about social psychology. What is social psychology? Social psychology is a scientific study of how our thoughts, feeling and behavior of individuals are influenced by the presence of others and internalized social norms and human influence by even when alone. Means whenever we are alone and when we are with someone, how would we behave, how would we feel. So this is an analysis of this is analysis or as well as a study of this our particular feeling or as well our behavior as well as our thought with someone or whenever we are alone. So this kind of scientific study is known as a social psychology. Social psychology typically explains human behavior as a result of a relationship between the mental state and social situation, and studying the social condition under the which thoughts, feelings and behavior occurs, and how this variable influence the social interaction. How this variable interaction with social influence on social interaction. When social interaction is required, Lord Krishna here stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna stated when the battle of Mahabharata was organized, at that time Lord Krishna stated to Arjuna, you just have to understand what the particular person trait, you just have to understand the trait of Karna, you just have to understand the trait of Yudhishthir as well as Duryodhana. Duryodhana has some kind of Rajos, Tamas and Sattva gunas. Our social traits are only on base of the Rajas, Tamas and Sattva gunas. These all three gunas are more or less combined with each other and constitute our nature. If we are having a Rajogun, then we would have a Rajogun type of faith. If we are having a Tamogun, then we would develop a Tamogun like a faith. If we are having a Sattva gun, then we will surely develop a Sattva gun like a faith. And our interaction will definitely depend upon these all things. Our interaction will, social interaction, social behavior, our feeling, our thoughts, our ideology, this all depend upon our Sattva, Rajas, Tamas and Sattva gunas. So this is stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna here stated, Sattvan Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharat Yo Yo Yasa Swayam Shraddha Mayo Sattvan Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharat Sattvan Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharat Yo Yo Yasa Swayam Shraddha Mayo. Here stated, Lord Krishna here says, Sattvan Rupa Sarvasya means if you are having a nature like a Sattva gunas, then you would have a develop a Sattva gunas faith. Whatever nature you are having, whatever guna you are having, you would have a faith. So Lord Krishna is Sattvan Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharata. Means here Lord Krishna said, whatever you think about yourself, you will be. If you are thinking about yourself as weak, then weak you will be. If you are thinking about yourself as strong, then strong you will be. So Lord Krishna here asked to Arjuna to think a positive manner. Think you are having a responsible person, you are only accountable person, and you are not doer of this particular battle of Mahabharata. You are not cause of the particular battle of Mahabharata. You are indulged in the particular battle of Mahabharata because you have asked to do so. It's a part of your duty, so you just have to perform your prescribed duty. And whenever we would have to understand what ought to do and what ought not to do, we just have to understand social interaction, social trait, our physical behavior, our humanity. If the particular person is very sinful activities, the particular person is involved in the sinful activities and the particular person is wicked, then we just have to punish the particular person. and everything is fair in love and war. Just we just have to understand these things. Whenever there is a war, we just have to perform our prescribed duty. Lord Krishna here says, Satvan Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharata. Means our faith will definitely, on the basis of our trait, physical trait, our social trait will definitely define on the basis of our faith. So this is about all about social psychology, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and two theories I am going to conduct. First, intrapersonal and interpersonal. Intrapersonal and interpersonal behavioral phenomena. First is intrapersonal phenomena. Intrapersonal is about attitude, about ego, attitude, persuasion, social cognition, and also about schemas and self-concept, about self-realization. Lord Krishna here, self-realization is a key to understand who you are. You just have to understand who you are. What is your relation with the super soul? All the relations are not because of your body. Your body is nothing. Is your body only instrument, machines to get a progression and regression of your soul, to achieve Lord Krishna, to reach the Supreme Personality Godhead Lord Krishna. So we just have to understand social concept or self concept. We just have to understand this thing. Self-realization is required in order to reach to the Supreme Personality Godhead Lord Krishna. We are only part and parcel of the super soul. Our soul is part and parcel of the super soul. So we have to understand who we are and what kind of responsibility, what kind of accountability we would have. We just have to understand these things. And whenever we would understand interpersonal behavior or intrapersonal mechanism, then at that time we just have to understand the effect, how do people evaluate themselves and enhance their self-image and maintain a secure sense of identity. Behavior, how do people regulate their own actions and present themselves to others according to the interpersonal demands. Cognition, how do individuals become themselves, build a self-concept and uphold the stable sense of identity. Uphold the stable sense of identity. And whenever we would uphold the stable sense of identity, we just have to understand, we just have to get a steady mind. We would have to keep ourselves equipped in all conditions, whether there is a success or failure, whether there is a happiness or distress. Even if there is a threefold of the miseries, we just have to understand who we are and what we have to do for the people, for the society, for our nation. We just have to understand these things. And effective forecasting is a process predicting how one would feel in the response to the future emotion event. Our emotion is nothing but our emotion is directly related with our sense of gratification. Our senses, our eyes, our nose, our ears, our tongue, as well as our skin. These five senses which we would have to regulate by our sensory organs, and almost our emotion will definitely reflect by our five sensory organs. So we just have to understand these things. And whenever we are able to control our emotion, whenever we would have to get a stability of our mind, Lord Krishna here defined the term yoga. So whenever we perform yoga, Lord Krishna here stated about yoga, and whenever we perform yoga, then we would be a good social person. Here Lord Krishna stated, Yogasya kuru karmani sangam tyakta dhananjaya siddhiya siddhyo samabhutva samatam yoga uchyate. Yogasya kuru karmani sangam tyakta dhananjaya siddhiya siddhyo samabhutva samatam yoga uchyate. Means to perform your prescribed duty equiposed with your mind. Yogasya kuru karmani sangam tyakta dhananjaya. The equanimity of mind to keep yourself stable in all the conditions, that is called yoga. So we just have to understand. Lord Krishna further said about the characteristics of the steady mind. Lord Krishna here stated, Dukesu anuvigdha manaha, Sukesu vigataspo, vita raga bhaya krodha, Sita dhir muni ruchyate. Dukesu anuvigdha manaha, Sukesu vigataspo, vita raga bhaya krodha, Sita dhir muni ruchyate. जिनका मन दुख में विचलित नहीं होता, person who is not elated when there is a misery, the person who is not consider himself as a paramount whenever there is a success, and the person is free from the anger, lust, and also greed as well as attachment. Only that kind of person is known as the sage of the steady mind. So we just have to understand, and if we are in social, if we are good in social life, then we would achieve everything. And how to be a good in social life? So with a stage of the steady mind, Lord Krishna further said, Trividam narakasya dwaram nasanam atmana kama krodha tatha moha tasmat toyam tu tejati. There are three gates which are leading to the hell and which are responsible for the degradation of our soul. And immediately we just have to renunciate this all factors which are responsible for the degradation of our soul. These factors are lust, anger and greed. Lust, anger and greed. Immediately we just have to tasmat toyam tu tejati. Immediately we just have to give up. Because otherwise, if we are not giving up, then our soul will definitely get a degradation. So we just have to understand this thing. Lord Krishna further said, Dhyaito Vishyan Punsa Sangasetu Pajayate, Sanghata Sanjayate, Kama to Krodho Vinjayate, Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha, Sammohat Smriti Vibrama, Smriti Hinsat Buddhi Naso, Buddhi Nasat Pranasthati. कि फल की आशा से कामना प्रकट होती है, और कामना का स्वभाव असंतुष्टि, असंतोष के कारण क्रोध जन्म लेता है, क्रोध के कारण मोह जन्म लेता है, मोह के कारण व्यक्ति आचार और व्यवहार का ज्ञान ही भूल जाता है, ज्ञान के जाने से बुद्धि चली जाती है, अनुचित प्रकार के कार्य होने लगते हैं, और अंत में ऐसा व्यक्ति का पूर्ण रूप से पतन हो जाता है. अल्टीमेटली दैट पर्सन विल डेफिनेटली गेट अ डिक्लाइनेशन. So the फल की आशा से सब कुछ, our expectations and our desire which are only responsible for our social behavior, for our emotion. If something will happen as per our expectation and as per our desire, then we will definitely get happiness. If something will not happen as per our expectation, then we will surely get a distress. So we just have to understand these things, and without interaction and without understand the social trait, without understand the personal trait or personality trait, we will never judge the people. We don't have to judge the book by its cover page. No? So similarly, we don't have to judge. We just have to understand what kind of person that person is by his social psychology. Social psychology is required, and this is all about interpersonal and self-perception process and phenomena known as over-justification. Self-perception is required most. This is all about intrapersonal. Self-perception is a facialized form of the attribution that involves making inferences about oneself after observing one's own behavior, my behavior. And psychologists have found that too many extrinsic reward, example money, and tend to reduce the intrinsic motivation through the self-perception process, and phenomena is known as over-justification. If you are actually offering some money to someone, then the particular person would get excitement and or get self-motivation. If you offer more money, then particular person will surely get more motivation, and that person, whatever work we will ask for that particular person, that person will surely do it, because money will give some kind of excitement or some kind of motivation to someone. If people would have some kind of perception about how they will get excitement or how they will get a motivation. So this is about self-perception. Interpersonal phenomena, social influence. About social influence is overreaching terms that denote the persuasive effect of the people have on each other. It seems to, as a fundamental value of the social psychology. This is the fundamental value of the social psychology. Social influence means if we are behaving, if we are communicating with someone, then we just have to think how our words will hurt the someone and how our words will impact on the mind of someone. So we just have to understand these things about the conformity, compliances, and also obedience. And social influence is also closely related to the study of the group of dynamic, as most effect of influence are strongest when they take a place in social group. Group dynamics. A group can be defined as two or more individuals who are connected to each other by a social relationship. norms, roles and relationships, these all are important. And interpersonal attraction, so physical attractiveness is important element of the romantic relationship, and particularly in early stage of characterized by the high level of the passions. So Robert Sternberg suggests that there are actually three components of love: intimacy, passion and commitment. Intimacy, passion and commitment. Commitment is required, but I am not good in commitment. If I have committed someone, then my mind, and I don't know, but I'm not good in commitment because of my past and all things, because I was involved in that particular field. In that particular field I would have to differ from the commitment. So I'm not good in commitment, but I will surely become a good in commitment. So on the basis of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, I will surely be a good in commitment, and after getting a good commitment, I will be a good in society. I will have a good relation with the people, social relation with the people, and this is all about social psychology and Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. If you are having any questions, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.